I did this for a living. Recidivism is what we did. I worked with offenders from the age 16 and up, and then they were eventually, through raise the age, were brought down into juvenile. Just a reminder to the chamber, there's, at the adult level and the juvenile level, there's numerous pretrial programs that people are available to if they get in trouble and their records are cleared. I also noticed that as I ran a rather large part of the state with probation, that if there was no consequences, sometimes things, most of the time, things escalated. The last thing I want to see is a juvenile offender start to think that there's never going to be any consequences, and then the offenses start to escalate and they get in more and more trouble. We don't want that to happen. We don't want the crimes to increase and the seriousness to increase, because then we're in a situation where the sentences are stiff and there's no getting out of it. I just want to make sure that right now we're in a situation where we have youth taking over streets, jumping on people's cars because they don't think there's any consequences. So as we continue to remove the consequences, the crimes tend to escalate, and then these poor kids are stuck where there are no options. So at the adult level, when a person got to the violation of probation level, which took a lot, and a warrant was done, and probation was violated, and then they were placed back on probation, most of the time they reoffended at a higher level because they started to realize there's no consequence. Now, we have plenty of pretrial programs available to both juveniles and adults at this point. And if we continue to say to them there's no consequences for your actions, we're going to continue to see street takeovers, car theft, and kids getting in more and more trouble that they can't get themselves out of. And that I don't want to see happen. And I'm afraid a bill like this does aid in that happening, and kids are going to just think, well, nothing's ever going to happen, and then it's too late. So that's why I don't support the bill. I think it's going to have the opposite effects than is intended, and I think it's the wrong way for our state to go.